On the button, George.
Okay.
Powder puff punch and a glass jaw. That's a great combination.
Greetings, people. I come again in peace. Lately, there's been a back and forth with Gareth A. Davis and Carl the Cobra Froch. Gareth A. Davis said that Jake Paul might actually beat Carl Froch over 8 2-minute rounds with 14-ounce gloves. Wait, has he got a point? I don't know. Let's look at it objectively. Many retired boxers are coming out of the woodwork to claim, petition, request an easy payday. But would it be as easy as they think? We all take it for granted that we can still do what we used to do, easily, without a second thought. But it's surprising how quickly our skills and abilities diminish, dwindle, decline, and abate when not in use. It's scary, really. There's no question that a Carl Froch before retirement or early into retirement would render Jake Paul unconscious within the first 3 rounds. But after over 10 years of inactivity, a nose job and cozy living, it wouldn't be an easy task. Far from it. Particularly, Carl's style of fighting was more predicated on high work rate and toughness, which diminishes over time unless a relentless regime is sustained. I don't doubt that Froch keeps himself in good condition, but would he be ready to fight Jake Paul, a big 27-year-old who's reasonably active, heavy-handed, and has grown in confidence after knocking out old karate men?
Because I'm a karate man, alright? Karate.
I don't think Jake Paul is much cop, let's face it, and his wins have flattered him tremendously. I'm tired of the lopsided fights against inactive non-boxers. I'd like to see Jake Paul vanquished and humbled. I don't want any room for doubt. These mature ex-boxers and MMA fighters are selling their souls for the payday. And that's what Jake wants. He's building his farcical career off of eager, greedy has-beens. As I've said in a previous video, Jake needs to fight young active boxers in his weight category if he wants to be considered championship material. I can't believe I said that.
Yuck, I better go take a shower.
Jake Paul would be exposed if he did fight any cruiserweight contender, much less a belt holder. I wouldn't give him much chance against anybody in the top 20. Yet, I have to agree with Gareth that it wouldn't be a foregone conclusion who would win out of Jake and Carl. But I agree with Carl that boxing journalists aren't asking the relevant questions.
He's right and he's right. They can't both be right.
You know, you are also right.
Look, Carl is right. Jake Paul is bad for boxing, in my eyes. Some of these journalists are kissing Jake Paul's backside because they get access backstage and get interviews that get thousands of views. He makes money and brings fresh eyes to the sport. But what type of new eyes? Does boxing need to be tweaked to satisfy and hold the attention of these new fans? Are they going to become more cultured and appreciative of the fine art? Are we going to placate Jake fans with more zany off-the-wall antics which made him a famous YouTube star? As Carl said, it is a clown show and bad for boxing. Real boxing, professional boxing. The people who follow Jake and that brand of circus are not interested in real boxing. They won't be turning up and turning on to watch Bivol and Beterbiev, for example. Gareth went on to say Froch is a super troll and a hypocrite. Yes, he can be a troll and antagonistic. I'm not sure about hypocrite though. Carl did say he'd fight Jake for charity, so it might not be about the money, But saying that, Carl shouldn't call Jake out simply because he detests Jake's participation in boxing. I think it was just an emotional outburst by Carl, saying he would beat Jake Paul with one arm behind his back. I don't think he has any intentions of going back in the ring. Leave Jake to fight his contemporaries in his weight category, and he'll get found out. If he wants a legitimate belt, he has no choice but to fight someone in the top 15 in the world in a 12 3-minute round fight with 10-ounce gloves on. No gimmicks. Could you imagine that? All Carl Froch, Tony Bellew and Andre Ward would be doing is drawing more attention to Jake and giving him legitimacy. That's the last thing they'd want. Interestingly, in a recent interview with Gareth, Carl slipped in that he's got a bad back after being in the gym thinking he's 21 again. Well, if that's true, that's the point. He's not a spring chicken. And seeing Carl letting off on the bag the other day, it wasn't that impressive. Anyway, for someone who likes to tell it like it is, Carl gets very sensitive, touchy, even unstable when his comments are returned and refunded. You know, like when AJ called him a prick or Gareth calling him a troll. He doesn't need to take himself that serious. Carl is right. A boxing journalist as experienced as Gareth has no business endorsing Jake Paul. He knows better, and it comes across as disingenuous and artful cunning. He surely cannot believe what he's saying. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you like. But remember, choose life.